That point?
No, I'm not saying right, but when you pull this one up.
Yeah, you have to pull this one up to see which three it is.
Okay, I'm saying, but you don't need to crease it.
You got that bit on video?
Yeah.
Where am I currently perpetuating a story that is completely inconsistent because I get something out of it? It's worth asking. All right, my friends, what we're about to watch is a video of a roofer that absolutely uses critical thinking to annihilate an insurance adjuster who's trying to deny a claim for a roof replacement. There's so much we can learn in this video. There's so much I can learn in this video about negotiation, critical thinking. It's a masterclass in that in some ways. So let's dive in, watch it together.
Whenever you pull the shingle back further than it needs to, that's creating damage.
That point?
No, I'm not saying right, but when you pull this one up.
Yeah, you have to pull this one up to see which three it is.
Okay, I'm saying, but you don't need to crease it.
When did I crease it?
When you pull the side of the...
Where is it creased?
Where is it creased?
It's not creased now, and that's what I'm saying.
Oh, let's go to a different one then. You think this is repairable?
Yes. Wholeheartedly.
You got that bit on video?
Yeah.
Lesson number one I learned from this guy. Get your terms straight and get your baseline beliefs clear. So let me ask you, let me make sure I understand what your belief or what your claim is in this argument. You believe that this is repairable. Yes, I believe it's repairable. Okay, great. Did you get that on video? Great. Let's keep going.
Show us how to do it.
I'm not a roofing expert. I don't do any.
No, but you're making a coverage decision, so you are an expert.
No, I'm an expert on the policy. And what the policy pays for is accidental direct physical loss of the roof to the damage.
So this shingle we agree is wind damage, right?
Correct.
All right, so what's the proper way to repair it?
To get the nail out.
Okay. To get the nail out where?
You have to use a little finesse. You can't tear back.
All right, I just want you to notice the body language of this adjuster. When the roofer asks the question, okay, how do I get the nail out? And he like does this with his hat. My whole read physically is that he knows he's stuck. This roofer's so smart. He may not even know exactly what he's doing, but he's setting up the argument beautifully because he's creating this environment where he's starting to gather information that he can use later on in the argument. So the adjuster says, well, I'm not an expert in roofing, but I am an expert in the policy. And if you notice that the roofer's starting to ask him questions about roofing, which will come into play a little bit later.
And that's
can
what
you,
was.
Can you direct me?
No,
What do you mean?
We're not going to tell you how to do repairs. That's your job.
What?
We are here to evaluate.
Yeah, you are telling me how to do repairs because of the emails.
No, I'm saying that what you were doing was bending a shingle.
I have to see where the nail's at, correct?
Yes. No, I'm not saying that you don't have to, but you don't have to bend the shingle.
So here's the deep flaw in this adjuster's argument is that he doesn't tell them how to roof, or he's not an expert in roofing, yet he's telling the roofer how not to do it. But he can't tell him how to do it. There's a huge cognitive disconnect there. How would you know, sir? How would you know how not to do it if you don't know how to do it? And of course, he's alleviating himself of any backlash from this, from superiors or whatever, of like, well, how you can't tell him how to do it, because then if the shingles get damaged when he does it the way the adjuster tells him to do it, then it's the adjuster's fault. So he's trying to keep himself from being liable, but in the same breath, he's doing the same thing, just explaining it in the opposite way. It's so interesting.
So I didn't do that right there?
You're bending the corner up.
You just bent that one back just as far, if not further than him.
Yeah, you bent that one back farther than I bent that one back, sir.
And that's
when you bent this one back, you created damage yourself.
It's repairable.
It's repairable?
Yes.
You did that. You didn't do that?
No.
He didn't do that? Wow. All right, look. So here, let's start over. So look. All right. Now okay, I don't want to mess this up. So I'm peeking up on there for the nail, right? So do you agree the nail's right here?
I can't see the nails.
Do you want to look at it?
No, again, I'm not going to tell you guys how to do the job.
Oh, I'm trying to.
I'm here to
This roof's not.
evaluate the coverage.
But you just told me so you're agreeing this roof's repairable. Have you did a BT on it?
What's a BT?
You don't know what a BT is?
No.
A brittle test?
We don't do brittle tests.
Is that what you did right here and damaged this shingle?
No. I'm here to look at the pliability of the shingle.
Have you done a BT on it? He knew that there was a low level of expertise or low level of knowledge in what he's talking about. This guy's probably roofed 100,000 houses. I have no idea. He clearly knows what he's talking about. And he's working with an adjuster who has no idea. And so he's using his history, he's using his knowledge to continue to make the case for whether or not this guy can actually make a legitimate judgment about the quality or the replaceability or repairability of this roof.
Okay, is this the correct way to remove a shingle? No, I'm asking you. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. The nail's right here.
I'm not a roofer. I'm here to
But
look at the
you can tell
pliability
me
of the
how
shingle.
I'm doing it wrong. I'm a roofer, so I'm gonna do it. If you don't know how to do it, how can you make a coverage decision?
I'm here to look at the pliability of the shingle. The
All right.
repairability.
How is that now? Okay. All right. We're past that. So you agree the nail's up right now, right?
Yes.
Now, how do I get this nail out? I'm just asking you. I'm not being smart ass. I'm just being dead ass serious. I'm just trying to show that. So how would you get this nail out?
He plays an idiot and he is being a smartass. I think that's one place that his argument or his way in being this is a bit disingenuous. He's clearly setting the scene and really turning the knife on this guy. This guy clearly knows nothing about, or very, very little about roofs and shingles and brittle shingles. And he's playing a dumbass. And so that was a little disingenuous from my perspective.
I'm not here to tell you how to do your job.
Okay.
I'm just here to look at the pliability of the
Is that the right way?
I'm here, yes.
How do you find this nail? Is that the correct way? Is that the correct way? Can I lift it up? Because here's the nail. Right?
It rips.
All right, rip. So,
Yeah, if you're going aggressive like that, it will.
aggressive?
Yeah.
Sir, are you?
What do you mean?
What do you mean you get the nail out? How are you talking? What do you mean? That's how you have to get the nail out.
No, I'm just saying
I'm not
there has
lifting
to
the
be a
shingle.
willingness there to actually complete the repair, and I don't see that right now.
Are you serious?
Yes, sir.
Can you show us how you do it.
Again, I'm not a roofer. So
All right, let's do this one. Okay, let's do this one.
He's what we call a useful idiot. And I don't mean that in a derogatory or a judgment way against him. A useful idiot is somebody who will go out and do your bidding. They'll carry out whatever it is you want them to carry out that's in your best interest without thinking logically about, does this actually make sense? Does this have sound logic to it? And I don't want to, and usually a useful idiot gets some sort of benefit out of it, right? They get some sort of social clout or money or whatever. And this adjuster's in a position where his salary, probably his social standing within the company, all of those things are based on, getting those things is based on him going out and executing this non-logical way of being with people. And so in that case, he becomes a useful idiot where he gets the benefit of being non-logical. He gets the benefit. And you see this in the media all of the time. People get paid mass amounts of sums of money to be useful idiots, to perpetuate messages and ideas that are absolutely ridiculous. What I try to ask myself is, why would they be willing to do this? And it can actually create some empathy for me, which I asked myself when I watched this video, why would this adjuster be willing to go along with something that he clearly sees as illogical? He clearly sees the problems in his argument as he's with this roofer, yet he's willing to stick to the plan. He's willing to stick to the message. And I asked myself, why? Well, he clearly gets something from it. He benefits. He needs to take food home if he has a family. I'm making a bunch of stuff up about him, but if he has a family, he needs to take food home to the family. And the way that he's currently taking food home or taking money home to buy food or to pay for his house and his cars and his life is that he has to keep the story going. And in that, I can actually, my judgments for him, they really start to go away. They really start to dissipate. Not completely go away. I can't be without judgment, I don't think. But they really do start to dissolve a bit, because I wonder if that's the profession that I would have chosen, not knowing that this is what I would need to do. Would I be willing to do it? And more importantly, where am I currently doing it? Where am I currently perpetuating a story that is completely inconsistent because I get something out of it? It's worth asking.
Holy
Whoa, wait.
You lifted it up farther than we
Why are you
did.
going so far?
Why are you going so far?
All right, guys. I was here to
Okay,
evaluate
well, let's
shingles.
do another one that we both agree on then.
Well, I've already seen
It's
you
failed.
too.
It's failed. It's failed. You did this. Hold on. You did this, Jeff.
I've seen what I needed to see.
Yeah, you did that. You won't let me repair this one. I had you show me the gentle way you take a nail out of a roof.
Again,
You don't know how?
I'm not here. I'm not a roofer. I'm not a
And
roofing
so you don't know
expert.
how, but you can make a coverage decision on Jeff's policy.
I'm an
Is that
expert
what you're
on
saying?
his policy, correct.
You're an expert on his policy, but not repairability.
Correct.
But hey, send that to the lawyer.
So there's the catch. That is the crux of all of this, is that he presented enough evidence, got this adjuster backed into a couple of corners where the adjuster talked like he knew what he was talking about, and then put the tool right in front of him and said, hey, show me how to do this. If you know what you're talking about and you can make this decision, do it. The adjuster knows he can't, and so he denies it. And now the defense is, well, I've seen all I need to see. That's it. I've seen all I need to see. And it's such a cheap way to back your way out of an argument that you're or a negotiation that you're clearly losing. And this, my friends, this isn't uncommon. Most people just don't question them. That's what's crazy about this, is that this guy, I don't know how many claims he adjusts on a daily basis, and he uses this logic to go out and carry out the bidding of the company and the management that he works under. And very little people question him. This guy is a hero. A hero for critical thinking, a hero for logic, a hero for this homeowner who really, I mean, from what I can tell, I don't know anything about roofing either, but this guy really believes and is very specific in his argument about why this roof needs to be replaced and it can't be repaired. I'm going to be the first one to admit I don't always stand up for myself or other people when I see people using poor logic. I mean, sometimes I just don't see it, and other times I'm too scared. Maybe I'm afraid that my logic and my thinking isn't as sound, or I'm afraid if I get into the argument or the negotiation that I'm not going to think of the things that I want to think of in the moment that would win, quote unquote, win the argument. But this is such a great example of somebody who knows what they're talking about. They know their thinking is clean and clear on the subject, and they're willing to go to bat for what I would call the good. So, you know, this man being taken care of by an insurance company that he's paid lots of money to for this exact purpose, in my opinion, is using critical thinking, using sound logic and argumentation and negotiation for a good purpose. And that's exactly why I'm on this mission, to learn to think so that I can think more clean and clear, make better decisions, and then go and argue for what I believe is right with sound logic. I hope you've enjoyed watching this man work as much as I have. And I don't mean the roofing, I mean the logical argumentation and negotiation. I've learned a ton from him, both his courage and his logic. And let's keep learning to think together. Peace.